How are you today? Well, if you have come here based on the title, then you're looking at how you can get into university after you've either failed or barely passed high school. And I'm here to tell you that it's actually possible. Even if your guidance counselors or your principals or the university themselves say you can't, I'm evidence that you can. My name is Justine and I failed high school. And I am currently looking at grad schools. I want to explain to you my academic story and how I got to where I am, and maybe me sharing my story and my journey can help inspire you to find your back door into university. I'm not gonna lie and tell you it's gonna be easy or that it will be short, because it is a longer journey than the average journey, but it's still something that is completely possible. And if you have dreams and aspirations that require a university degree, or you just really want to excel at university, but you failed in high school and you don't feel that you are emotionally or supported in any form to go to university. People don't believe in you, you don't even believe in yourself maybe. And I was you at that point. And now I want to help other people find a way to succeed. And this is my cat. Say hi. Yeah. Go away. All right, back to the video. So, my academic journey, basically straight from grade 1, I hated school. Not that I hated learning or reading, but the fact that I had learning disabilities and severe anxiety made school a really uncomfortable experience for me. I basically was behind with reading to the point that up until grade 4 or 5, I actually had English and stuff separate because I had to have somebody help me because I was behind. But then something clicked in my mind, and being dyslexic, I somehow found a code and I made it through. And then I could learn at the regular speed that everybody else was. I'm still horrible with grammar and spelling though. But fast forward to junior high, where I come from, we have 3 sets. Like, schooling is 1 through 6 is elementary, 9 through 7 is junior high, and then 10 through 12 is high school. So for me, my final year of junior high, which is grade 9, my anxiety went like psychotic, and I basically didn't even want to leave the house for a year. I was having panic attacks every night, and it was horrible, and school was not even something on my radar. But in grade 3, 6, 9, and 12, we do these government placement exams, and I missed my grade 9 ones. So technically I failed the 9th grade, but your parents have the option to push you forward, and my mom didn't want me to feel left behind. So she pushed me forward into grade 10, completely unprepared. And from there it was just a spiral down. I always felt behind. I never felt like I fit in. I was confused and lost a lot. And on top of that, I had the worst attendance ever. And I'm not exaggerating. I had truancy court meetings, which is where I'm court ordered to attend school. And the government checks in on me every few months with like a meeting. And if I failed to go to school, then my mother would be fined, and if that didn't work, then they would take me and put me in juvie. So it was pretty severe, my non-attendance. I think I attended 12 or 15 days of grade 12. I'm not kidding. I didn't go. So high school went by with a complete struggle. I didn't get good grades at all. I wasn't there enough to get good grades. I wasn't there enough to apply myself to get good grades. I just wasn't present. And I truly believe that, especially during high school, what teenagers have to go through, not only emotionally developing, my cat's coming back, hello, I'm trying to make a video, but emotionally developing, and a lot of the time stuff is going on at home that affects you going to school. Maybe your parents need your support, maybe you feel unsafe at school, or who knows. I mean, you got your own story, and your story is yours, and you're allowed to hold on to that and honor it to be true, because it's your story and you be you. Me being me, didn't go to school, and me being me, failed high school. In grade 12, as I was saying, at government exams, I didn't pass my first round, and you need to pass them to pass high school. So my principal and my mom came up with a deal that allowed me to walk across the stage and graduate. I didn't graduate. With my class, so that I would have that experience, but I would have to repeat grade 12 at the school. In doing so, I did manage to almost pass everything I needed. I did my departmental exams first, like social studies and English and stuff like that. With English, they ended up taking both my grades and averaging out to 54%. So, you know, I was succeeding at that point. When I had decided maybe I wanted to go to university, my mom, my guidance counselor, and my principal basically all said to aim lower, that maybe starting at a technical college would be better. Didn't quite sound like, yes, we believe in you. And so I didn't take it as, yes, we believe in you. And after I finished my 13th year, I still had to do 1 semester through correspondence to get my science requirements. But after that, I had actually finally passed high school. At this point, I'm 18 and about to move to Vancouver when I turn 19. And once I had moved to Vancouver, that's where everything changed for me. A lot of the people I met there were in university and having a blast, and I really felt like I was missing out on something that internally I really wanted to do. University is not for everybody, and you do not need university to be successful in life. But I personally felt this desire for higher education that I never thought I would, because I hated school. I hated it. School was the worst thing ever. So now we're at this point where I have both failed high school and barely passed high school, and I want to go to university. And if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering how you can get from point A to point B like I did. And I'm going to explain that to you right now. Okay, so if you failed high school, you will have to go back and get credits. Whether it's through correspondence or online, just somehow you just gotta pass. Even if it's like literally you got 51% and everything, but you got your diploma. That is step 1. Or you can wait until you're a little older and just go to step 2. Step 2, you want to find a college, not a university, but a college that will basically accept you after the age of 19 without looking at your high school diploma. For me, this school was Langara College in Vancouver, BC. After the age of 19, when you apply, they just accept you. They don't ask for your high school transcripts or diplomas or anything like that, but they admit you, and you're able to do university accredited courses up to the first 2 years of courses. And then what you can do is take those courses that you've done and apply that to your university applications. You become a transfer student instead of like a straight applicant. So for me, I did the Langara route. To get into English or sciences and maths, you do have to do a placement exam once you're in the school. And if you fail the placement exam for English like I did, you have to take like a bridging course, which is whatever. They told me it wouldn't be university accredited, but when I transferred, it turned out that it was. So that's great. I spent 2 years at Langara getting a bunch of credits and taking courses that I just wanted to see how it went. I did 1 or 2 courses for the first year or 2 that I was there, and then my last semester there, I went full-time. I'm like, this is it, I'm preparing to transfer out. And I had accumulated enough credits to transfer, and I applied to a different university, and I got in. And I'm about to enter my 4th year of university, and I'm looking at grad schools actually. So yeah, let's recap this. Step 1, get your credits if you can. Get your credits if you can. It doesn't matter if your grades are good, just get your credits if you can. Step 2, find a university institution or college where you can get college or university accredited courses that you can use to show the university that you could have a place there. Basically, what you're doing with stage 2 is you don't want them to look at your high school transcripts. Oops, but they need to look at something to be like, yeah, you could succeed in this environment. So if you have a few classes that you've relatively done decent in. And when I say decent, I mean 2.0 GPA like I had at the time. You just need something to be like, yep, I can compete with you at a university level. And I'm telling you, just even if you failed high school, that doesn't mean you can't do university level courses. It just means that something got in your way while you were in high school and you had to put that first. And now you have, maybe, hopefully have the time to put the university first. Another way to do stage 2, if Langara obviously isn't accessible to everybody because it's in BC, there are online universities where you could get some courses and then use those to transfer. And doing it online actually gives you the option to work as much as you can, maybe have a family or who knows what going on. But that way it's more accessible to your schedule, like you can mold it into you and then use that. And then step 3, once you have enough credits, you transfer the fuck out of there and you go to university. And when everybody said that you can't go to university because you failed high school or what kind of person you were in high school, at that point, you can take your acceptance letter and be like, look what I did. I got in. You didn't think I could, but I did. And I proved it to myself. And that's what you do. Yeah. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you go from basically failing high school to university. Just get some course credits. And even if you apply as an open study student, like let's say there's a university you really want to go to, I don't know, let's just say University of Toronto, just because it's a big hard school to get into. Apply as an open study student. Unfortunately, some schools have higher tuition for open study students, which is rude, but still an institution that likes to make money. So you apply as an open study student and you just take a course or 2 a semester. Maybe you do that for a year or 2. All those courses that you take, it's not a waste of time because those are applied to your university. Everything I did at Langara transferred over and applied, and I have a bunch of credits. So I was able to, my English credits were done, my humanities credits were done, my social sciences, all that stuff, because I had accumulated that in the first 2 years, was done. And so it's not a waste of time to do the open studies thing. It's just a way, it's a backdoor. Universities like to tell you that you have to apply right out of high school or with your high school transcripts, but you don't. There is a backdoor to everything in life, and you just gotta find your backdoor. And I promise that you can, and you can succeed. And if you don't think that you can, just look at me. I failed high school, and I'm looking at grad schools right now. And to be even funnier, you know how I was telling you that I basically failed English all of high school to the point that I had to do the exam twice and they averaged my grade out to let me pass? I'm an English major. Yep, I am an English major with an anthropology minor, and I love school so much that I plan on staying in academics for life. I never want to leave. And so please, 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 do not let anybody tell you that you cannot go to university, because you can. It might take you extra time. Like for me, I'm been in university for 7 years, just because I needed to take those 2 extra years to get my credits in order to transfer in. And nobody said life was a race, and I'm on my journey. And I'm succeeding in something that I dreamed of when everybody told me I couldn't. And I want you to know that you can too. So, if you have any questions, I will leave an email in the down bar, or comment, and I will read comments and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And parting words of wisdom for you: you are capable of anything and everything humanly possible. If a man can walk on the moon, so can you. If a man or a woman can stand up for freedom and rights and just anything that you can imagine that has ever been succeeded by a human being, you are also a human being, and it is possible for you to do that too. You are capable of anything and everything humanly possible. So don't let anything stop you. I have done this journey. I have failed high school and I've gone to university. You can too. My mom, she did it as well. As a single parent, raising me, going to university, she did it as well. Like, you can. We all can. And I believe in you. Good luck. Also, one thing I did forget to mention. I am going to be making a lot of academic videos and grad school application videos and just kind of documenting my journey from my last year of university to hopefully international schooling abroad. So yeah, if you would like to stick around, follow me, hey, subscribe. There's a button, you know where it is. I'm assuming this is not your first time on YouTube. And also, I have a very cute dog. Say hello. So, subscribe. Bye.